just keep working, for sure, try and figure out life. Yeah, I've been at school, like, undergraduate degree for like 8 years. It's been a while.
Of course. Me too. You remember us. Wild, like, crazy thoughts. I didn't think about it until someone actually said it. It does have a large impact. You don't really realize every day. Keep going, apply for pure, and do this until I was 5, and do an honor. So find that happy medium between what they envision, what you also envision, and the moss and like all the grass that was outside of the plinths. For me, it was like deep down, it was something that I knew I had to do. So I had to kind of push to get there and get that out. So how the moss and the flowers inside of the plinths, they're enclosed, so it's like something we can't really achieve. It's always stuck in a perfected glass plinth, but then for the grass to come into the installation in space, it's like, it's not just in the glass, but everything in here, the products in here are still in our real world. That's something that we don't notice, but is really subtly there. So then all the white flowers on it and the resin that's also in the grass was like the subtle hints to what's inside there is also right here. Yeah, it was a fun project. 2021 is when it was here. But I maybe thought about it in 2020. So when the pandemic started, I volunteered for TED Talks and what they're passionate about. So when the pandemic happened, could I then take that idea and turn it into art? Because it's the same thing, spreading awareness, not just in a verbal form like TED Talks, but more in the visual form. Thought about that and was like, why do Asians want lighter skin anyways? Because one, it was something that my sister and I experienced when we were young, so colorism. It was like, we were always told to stay out of the sun. My sister was darker, well, she is darker than me, so like I always felt so bad because everyone would say that I looked better than my sister because I had lighter skin. And of course, like, we're young, so like the age of what, 3 and 5, like how are we supposed to question what does that matter? Kind of personal take was hidden inside of you. So then thinking about TED Talks, thinking about what life experiences do I have that I can passionately speak about, and then can I do that into art? And then also at the time, the whole talks about Asian people because of the pandemic. So lots of the, kind of like the Asian hate, but it wasn't necessarily inspired by the Asian hate. It was more like, but if so many people don't like the fact that Asians and the pandemic have this like thing, why do Asian people want to look like those who hate on them? So yeah, that's how I ended up on colors. Definitely along the history is where they traditionally practice that lighter skin is seen as better, because if you worked like indoors rather than working outside for labor, that's like one of the main things that describes how wealthy you are and how happy you are in life. They use lots of things, so porcelain, lead, mercury, lots of crazy chemicals. But that tradition, it still does go down within each generation, but it's not outspoken, I would say. It's more like at home, like at family dinners, or like just like within each house. So you won't really hear someone tell like their kids in public that you need this and this, but it's more like at home, where it's like you shouldn't be in the sun, you shouldn't go outside, just trying to stay indoors, those kind of things. That's so interesting too, because it's like, why do we have to like change your skin to blend into one craft. And it's like, it shouldn't be. It's such a complicated discussion. Like a human natural instinct that shouldn't be there, but is there. Those that aren't in the field of art can't quite understand what we're trying to think and say. So like for us to have this conversation, we both really understand everything behind that one concept. Maybe part of the problem too, and how it's like we shouldn't completely judge someone based off of the skin color and just judge someone based off of who they are. It's like they don't teach that in the sciences. They don't teach that in like nursing, education, accounting, things like that. They don't teach that kind of deeper thinking. Things that seem to directly benefit society more.
This is an actual thing. White is real. I did not know this was a thing.
They were hidden like outside on the rooftop. It took 3 days to set up in here, maybe 4.
This one is interesting. I did not know this was a thing.
Very popular. We've been having a lot of groups.
Thank you so much. I guess like as an artist, it's like, do you really have to consider like a numerical return? 'Cause, like, I don't know how to pay everyone back.